So today I'm back with another brand focused video, and H&M, the beauty department, just launched in Singapore, and I was there on the opening day and I saw a few familiar faces, so that was really cool. But yeah, I'm just going to try out a full face of H&M products and give you my honest review about what I think about this extraordinary affordable line. So if you want to see what I think about all these products, then just keep on watching. Okay, so for starters, I'm just going to break down the things that I got. I got this free raspberry leaf peel off mask, which we're not going to try today. I got a couple of their blushes. I was at that section for a really long time, but yeah, I got their Pure Radiance powder blusher in taupe brown. I know taupe, right? But it isn't really. It's like that perfect mid-tone brown that is a great blush, and this one in brown sugar as well. I got the Perfectionist finishing powder. It is a buildable coverage for a flawless finish. It's in the shade Soft Sand. I got an eyeshadow palette from their limited edition line, All Things Precious Eye Quad. It looks like that, significantly different packaging, but yeah, this formulation, when I swatched it, was really beautiful. I got their Halo Illuminator in Glorious Shimmer. Yeah, the shade is Champagne Gold. And a lip liner called Choc Therapy. So yeah, I think for starters, because I already have like a BB cushion going on now, I'm actually reviewing the Innisfree Long Wear Cushion at the same time. So if you want to see that, it'll be in the links below. I'm just going to start out with this liquid illuminator. So it's a general squeezy tube, and I'm just going to put like 2 stripes on the back of my hand. So this one is it blended. As you can see, it's really reflective. So when I swatched it, I was like, this is pretty promising. I don't have concealer on at the moment, so I will double up on top of this and I'll go back in again. I just want my base to be really radiant. They had a pearl shade and a pink shade, if I'm not wrong. So I picked the mid-tone champagne shade just because it's more wearable for yellow undertone skin tones. So if you can see that glow, I think it's doing a really good job. It actually feels really thick and very sticky, so I mean, if you don't like that feeling, then this wouldn't be one for you. But I feel like compared to other liquid type highlights like the one from Sleek or maybe the Cover FX one, this one is a lot more, I would like to say it's like glue, if that makes sense, like how glue would feel like. It's just really sticky, so that doesn't sound great, but I mean, it's a total different consistency. It's not super liquidy or not super moussey in texture, so I really like it. Yeah, I'm just going to do my concealer and I'll get back to the next H&M product. Okay, so I'm just going to move on to this setting powder. Can we just take a minute to appreciate this packaging? Even though it is plastic, some people might think, you know, looking at the marketing and that kind of thing, it looks really sleek, it looks very much like Tom Ford and that kind of thing. But it's just this like white top with a black base. It's very thin. It's just this super sleek compact. As you can see, it's so thin. It's seriously so thin, but it's all plastic. So I'm just going to set my T-zone with this powder. So yeah, it still lets the illuminator shine through, which is quite surprising. So it's either the illuminator is really pigmented or the powder is pretty sheer, but based on what I can feel with this powder, it feels really sheer. It barely picks up a lot of product, so you kind of have to like really go at it to pick up a lot of powder. But also, I mean, you guys who don't really like powder, Exhibit A, I don't really like powder that much on an everyday. This will be great. I mean, it's not gonna be like your bake worthy kind of powder. When I mean baking, it's like that loose powder formulation that you can pack under your eye. This is not gonna be it, but it's still really pretty packaging. So yeah, let's just move on over to the eyes. Okay, so my brows are kind of bare at the moment, but similarly the All Precious Metals kind of eye quad comes in the same packaging. Just the outer packaging that looks different. It's not white, so I'm not sure if this is limited edition, but I found that the formulation of these gorgeous colors. I mean, it's not entirely wearable, and this is, I guess it's a limited edition, but I find that these shimmers are so much more pigmented than their curated kind of multi-pan palettes. It's more than 4 pans in those huge rectangle palettes that they have to offer. I found that those were really sheer and not pigmented at all. But as you can see, I'm just going to do a swatch of this. Can you see that? It's super pigmented and super vibrant, and I find that, I mean, looking at cheaper brands, it's hard to get, you know, formulations just spot on for every single product. But yeah, so these are just super foiled and pretty amazing for what it is, I think. So I'm just going to use my fingers, and perhaps I'll just use this silver shade because I really like silver. So as you can see, it's super pigmented. My eyes look so vibrant and they look so pigmented. It's like, yeah, I just think applying it with your fingers, you'll get the most payoff and you won't like get fallout or anything like that. Pressing it directly onto the lid, you'll prevent the powder from sort of fading. But these, I mean, specifically this formulation, I don't want to say that all the H&M shadows are going to be fantastic just because I don't think so. I spent a substantial amount of time at the beauty aisle just trying to see which was the best formulation. So it's pretty substantial as an eyeliner. It isn't too fantastic, but I think it does the job, as you can see. So yeah, I'm just going to curl my lashes, and when I get to the next product, I'll get back to you. Okay, so my eyes are done, and as you can see, it's like a very simple silver pigment on the eye, and I really like it. It's very brightening. So moving on to the blushes, it looks like that. It's like this hexagon shaped case. Likewise, it's very lightweight. So this is how much it picks up. Yep, so I think it's pretty decent. I think I went overboard there. Yeah, but they're blendable as well. They don't kind of grip to your skin too much. It just lays on top really nicely like a setting powder would. And yeah, these two are just really lightweight and very cute. So last but not least, moving on to their lip definer. This one's in Chocolate Therapy. So it comes in just a standard pencil. It's not retractable. You do have to sharpen this one. So as you can see, this color is so amazing. It's just like my perfect everyday color, and it's a, I would like to call it like a masala kind of color, but just a lot more brown. Yeah, the formulation of the lip liner isn't super creamy, but I quite like that because I miss those formulation of lip liners that are just fully drying and whatever you put on top moisturizes the lips, just because I like my lip liners to be the last thing that wears away. And if it's too creamy a formula, it will just wash off almost under an hour. But this is really drying, and as I do this, it's not going anywhere. So I really like this. It's very reminiscent of, you know, before everything got so creamy and luxurious because of the whole Kylie lip kit thing. This is just really drying, and it's gonna stay put for the whole work day. So yeah, this is the final look. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my H&M beauty haul, and yeah, just running down the products that I used. The liquid illuminator, the cream illuminator, I really like that. I'm not sure if you can still see on the cheeks, but that, you know, that glow on the tops of the cheekbones is what's giving this whole thing a very nice radiant look, and I'm giving that like a 9 to 10 out of 10 just because it's a very interesting formulation and it's not too weird. Like, I mean, like I mentioned, it kind of feels like glue, if that makes sense, but I feel like it's really staying put onto my face, which I love. And I find that liquid highlighters are the most natural it gets with highlighters, so you can get a very barely there kind of radiance and no one's going to question like, are you wearing too much makeup, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's a 9 to 10 out of 10. For the setting powder, I'm going to mark that down just because it's not super, it doesn't pick up a lot of pigments. I'm not expecting it to be really buttery, but I do want my brush to be able to pick up that kind of setting powder pigment, but it didn't really do that. But it is a very sheer wash of color, so I think that even though they do have like a spectrum of tones in the setting powder, but don't be worried about that. If you can't find your accurate shade, these are going to appear on your skin really sheer. It's not going to be super pigmented. And yeah, similarly for the blush, I think that those are just going to get like a 6 to 7 out of 10 in my books, just because the formulation of the powders are really similar. But I think maybe for the blushes they get like an 8, just because the shade selection is really beautiful. And I think for blushes more so than setting powders, even though they apply sheer onto the cheeks, they can be built up to a certain intensity, but for setting powders I just expect it to be really pigmented right from the start, and it allows you to be able to, you know, brush it away as and when you want. You don't really have to put too much effort or elbow grease into getting the powder out, if I make sense. So yeah, for the eyeshadow quad, 10 out of 10, because this is so beautiful. Hands down, I think if you're going to pick up any eyeshadow formulation, this one is called the All Things Precious Eye Quad. And yeah, it's just like these gem shades, and they're all foil, I mean they're all shimmer shades, they're not matte. So yeah, I just think these, compared to anything else they have to offer, is a really good formulation. These are the closest it gets to their single pan eyeshadows, and those were really good as well. I actually wanted to pick some of them up, but I found this to be more affordable in terms of price point. And yeah, what else am I missing? The lip color, I love that. I mean, the lip liner is beautiful, but I think like with the very steep competition, if you want to look for something that's really creamy, like the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat, or the 24-hour Glide On Lip Pencil by Urban Decay, those are really creamy, or the Kylie Cosmetics lip liners, those are really creamy and they're moisturizing on the lips, but this is super drying, but it doesn't accentuate my lines terribly. But as I mentioned, it's not going anywhere, so this is a 10 out of 10 in my books. So yeah, that was a really quick whiz through the brand, and if you guys have any questions, do let me know. I did spend time swatching a lot of their products in their line, especially their lip products, their eyeshadows and that kind of thing, and if you guys have any questions, do post them to me and I'll do my best to get back to you. So if you did enjoy this, do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. So with that, I'll see you guys. Bye!